This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. Most of you are aware of the Colorado airport from the mural that they have on their wall depicting a New World Order and martial law, to the Freemasonic collage, so to speak, that they have, which I'll go over, to the underground tunnels and all those things. You're going to find this funny because I talk about deflection all the time, and I have to point out I did first see this on Jeff C's channel, Jeff Censored. So if you're looking for Jeff C and you're wondering where he's been, it's over at Jeff Censored. And what I always talk about is deflection, right? How they use sarcasm and comedy to make things that are serious, that are really going on, to make us all look crazy. Well, that's what they're doing again, because clearly the Denver, Colorado airport has become a thing that has helped wake up a lot of people. Because when we point these things out and then people go, yeah, this is really weird, this shouldn't be there, it does start waking people up. So they've decided to take down a bunch of the things they've had up, including this mural, which depicts, this military guy with a sword and these children on the ground. I mean, what would this be doing at an airport, right? And when we point this stuff out, people start to go, yeah, why is that at an airport? Or things like, this gargoyle, this demonic demon gargoyle just sitting in an airport. Is this what you want to see before you're heading out on a red eye somewhere? To make you feel comfortable for your flight? You're walking through the airport, right? Probably sweating, sore back, trying to make sure you got all your documentation, making sure your shoes are tied after to take them off, put them back on. The last thing on your mind is, people are nervous enough as they fly, right? Oh boy, I hope everything's safe, right? Because they've created that fear of, the flight can get hijacked and all this stuff. Even though it's way more statistically dangerous to drive, especially with the zombies out there texting and driving and not even paying attention to the road. But this is what people want to see right before they get on a plane, right? A gargoyle. This airport is filled with nothing but demonic things. Underneath the airport, the tunnels, the underground tunnels there, everybody has been speaking about it. There's so many shows that have covered it. There's so many YouTubers that have covered it, so many websites that have covered it. And now it looks like they're covering up for it. And of course you get this Denver International Airport time capsule, right? We see the Freemason logo on it, March 19th, 1994 put in. Why would this be in an airport? This time capsule beneath this stone contains messages and memorabilia to the people of Colorado in 2094. Yeah, if we're here in 2094. Thankfully, I won't be. Unless I turn into, George Bush Sr. overnight and suddenly just can't seem to die. But no, we won't be here, and hopefully by then the trumpets have sounded. But you can see below here, New World Airport Commission, right? Oh, this isn't weird stuff. I mean, I get it. People go through the airport. They're not focusing on stuff like this. Everybody's trying to get to their flight, make sure they're on time. People, like I said, get nervous traveling, getting ready to sit in the squishiest, tightest seat possible on a plane and want to, think about pounding their head against the seat in front of them when the guy in front of you puts his seat back, doesn't care about your leg space or your room, and lays all the way back so his balding head could be in your face. These are things that people think about when they're getting on a plane. So they're not going to be standing around, wait, what is this? Oh, the New World Airport Commission. But when we point this out and make these observations, people start to go, now I'm starting to see where these people are coming from. So there's no word that this is leaving the airport, but of course it wouldn't, right? For the Freemasons, because nobody even knows what the symbol is. Nobody cares about these. Like I said, everybody thinks it's just like this Elks Club, a bunch of guys. But look at what they've done. So they've covered up the mural. They've taken the mural down. And they've put up a bunch of signs because they're doing construction behind there, right? So there's construction or cover-up. And you see the construction hat. Of course, it has the pyramid with the all-seeing eye, the Illuminati logo on it, right? Just making a mockery. This is what they do to deflect and take attention away from what's really going on. So people see this stuff and they're like, ha, oh, look at there's Illuminati stuff going on back there. Right? You can even see the Freemasonic logo, the Freemason logo right there at the top, right? So they cover this entire wall up. And usually you'll see this in airports, right? You'll see a sign that says construction, be done soon. It might say, Dunkin' Donuts coming here soon, or Starbucks, or something like that. But what they're doing is they know that so many people have caught on to the crap going on in this airport, the suspicious activity, that they're just using this tactic, which works, which is a method of mind control, to make people laugh it off. You can see here the reptilian, right? You got this lizard thing. What are we doing? It says, adding amazing new restaurants and bars, building an Illuminati headquarters, remodeling the lizard people's lair, right? So they're mentioning the Illuminati because that's a trigger word now to make people go, oh, crazy conspiracy people. And then, of course, you have the lizards, the reptilian, the stuff that David Icke has pushed. And listen, I believe, in demonic beings and all that stuff. I'm not getting into the shape-shifting stuff because, somebody's sound asleep and you're trying to wake them up. And that's, like I've said a million times, the reason I show them repetition and I show them these signs and symbols. This is a really easy way to get people to start peeling the onion back. But you go up to somebody who's asleep and you're like, they're lizard people. They just shape-shifted. Yeah, I'm sure that they're going to wake up tomorrow. They're immediately going to dismiss any of this kind of stuff and never want to hear about it again, right? So they always use the reptilian lizard stuff. And you can see it's like, a corporate guy who's really a lizard, right? And building the Illuminati headquarters. Then you get this sign. Are we creating the world's greatest airport or preparing for the end of the world? Because, of course, they have this Bronco out front. I guess people think it has something to do with the Denver Broncos, but there's this creepy horse out front, which some people have said has to do with Revelation, with his red eyes. So they're saying, are we preparing for the end of the world? Right? I mean, this is the type of crap humor and stuff they try to use to just get people to laugh everything off and not care about anything. And then you get another one here coming soon. A secret portal to the underground, streamlined security, and another misunderstood mural. Right? So they're making a mockery of the underground tunnels that they have, and they're talking about secret portals, which could even be, a shot at conspiracy theorists who discuss CERN and those types of things. But this is what they do, right? Instead of people going, why don't you explain to us why you would put this mural up here? Why don't you explain it, right? If there's nothing behind it that is, shady, secretive, then just tell us what it means, right? And of course, even if they did, they'll come out with a lie, right? Oh, well, this artist made this beautiful painting, and to us it depicts a world of peace. Because they claim that the picture's about a future world of peace for children. I mean, you can see the martial, this is just sick, demonic crap, right? The guy's got a sword, there's kids on the ground. They've had numerous creepy murals up here, okay? And they never answered or explained it. They just kind of go, oh yeah, we're feeding the trolls, we're feeding the conspiracy theories. And they'll never answer about the Freemasonry thing. They'll just say, well, they donated money to the airport, so, Wellington E. Webb, the mayor, and Governor Romer, the secretary of the trans, whatever, I can't read what it says, Trans Federico, something, commission, they decided to donate money, so we put this here, even though it makes no sense at all, to put a time capsule beneath the stone, unless this specific location has specific, meaning that something is going to be built here, that something is going to occur here, because we already know what's going on underneath there, right? Imagine the demonic activity, imagine the trafficking and all sorts of stuff that goes on underneath this airport. I couldn't even possibly imagine. And where most of these tunnels connect, right? People don't think about stuff like that because they only see what's on the level in front of their faces and what the news tells them. But it's true, and they'll even admit to having it underground. So what they do is they deflect and they go, oh yeah, yep, underneath here we've got portals and all sorts of stuff, instead of giving you answers on why, right? Why people's tax money went towards this. What is it necessary for? Why are all of these creepy, satanic, demonic things like gargoyles sitting in your airport? Why is why does Freemasonry involved, right? They won't give you the answers because they know it'll lead you closer to truth. And that's the last thing they want. So they deliberately are just doing a campaign here to deflect, putting up these ridiculous, banners in the construction zone here with the Illuminati eye. We're building Illuminati headquarters. We're building a lair for reptilians. We're building an underground bunker. And they're scum. That's what scumbags do. They use sarcasm, and then they deflect. So you get people to just laugh everything off and think everything's a huge joke. without ever addressing what really is going on. But it's all right in front of our faces. They don't hide it anymore. So this is the Denver airport now, who has no shame whatsoever, who's even using these blatantly obvious, and I told you these symbols are going to become more and more, in plain sight. I mean, it's not like they aren't already. It's not like the pyramid with the all-seeing eye. It's on the dollar bill, for crying out loud, right? And then, well, obviously we've heard talk of reptilian, because anytime there's some big story of David Icke or somebody says somebody's a shapeshifter, you know it's going to be on, Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Kimmel and The Daily Show, and they're all going to talk about it, because any chance they get to make us look crazy, they'll take it and they'll use it. And then they link everything together. So if you're talking about trafficking, black magic, Crowley's teachings, all this stuff, and then they'll link it together with Sasquatch, like I always say, or they'll link it together with, reptilians. And people just dismiss it, and they think it's just all one big bunch of crazy people. That's the problem. But this is the Denver airport again. Taking down the murals, putting up new ones. I wonder what they're going to be putting up. Maybe they'll just flat out put up a big poster of Aleister Crowley. I mean, that wouldn't surprise me. Maybe him and Anton LaVey kissing next to one another with Pope Francis in the background. All three of them in there, wearing Freemasonic outfits. With their tighty-whities on, doing their rituals that they do with the Masonic lodges. Maybe that'll be the next mural that goes up. Wouldn't surprise me. And they'll come up with some way to make it sound artistic, and people will still not see what's right in front of their faces. I thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families.